Welcome to the video. My name's Steven. In this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to set up your Go High Level CRM so that it's perfect for you to acquire new customers. This is going to be for cold outreach, Facebook ads, Google ads. This is going to help you capture that 90% of the leads that you may have thought were trash or may have not even been able to reach out to. Capture those people, close them, and convert them. If you don't know who I am, I make this channel for business owners and like-minded people to grow themselves, to grow their brands, and become better people. Let's go ahead and get into it. I've been using Go High Level for the past 2.5 years. I absolutely love the software. I've gotten to know it very, very well, and I work with a bunch of agencies and consultants and different companies one-on-one to help them with their Go High Level creation and development. And I'm going to show you my secrets in this video. First thing I want you to understand is that we're going over principles, not formulas. Now, I do have formulas on my channel, and if you want to check out exact automation build-outs and a free snapshot, the free snapshots in the description and automation build-outs are somewhere else on my channel. You can go check that out after this. But I'm big on principle. We need to understand principles because if you don't understand the principles, you won't understand the formulas. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to understand the CRM, and then that way you can apply this knowledge and make your own CRM with that. So we're going over principles in this video. The first thing I want to go over is that most people think that with your funnel, people are going to enter. Say you're running Facebook ads or whatever form of outreach you're using, people are going to enter your funnel and then come down and become a sale all the way through your funnel. And while that is a really, very nice way of doing marketing and it's a very great way to make money, however, I would say that 95% of people do not actually go all the way through. 95% of people end up coming in to your funnel and then going out somewhere. And so what we're doing here is we're understanding where we can track people in this funnel, where they're exiting. We're tracking the exiting points, and then we're patching those up with different retargeting methods, and I'm going to be explaining that in this video. So understand that 95% of people are not going to go all the way through your funnel. They're going to stop and go out, and it's your job to keep them into that funnel, right? And so I'm going to show you exactly how I do that for my business, and I do that for my clients as well. So just take a look at my notes here. So the first thing that we need to understand is in order to build out the automations and the workflows and the funnel pages and all that, we need to have our pipeline set up first. That is the first thing that we are optimizing for. Now, if you don't know where pipelines is in Go High Level, it's in your opportunities tab, and then you can go click on pipelines and build your own pipeline from scratch. Again, this is a little bit more advanced stuff, and if you don't know the basics of Go High Level and how to use it, I would learn that first. I can I'll probably put up a video on my channel on the Go High Level basics. That way anyone who doesn't know how to use Go High Level can learn it because it's a very difficult software for a beginner to pick up. So you want to pick your stages. You need to figure out where people move in your pipeline. So for example, if you're running ads, say you're running Facebook ads, you have your ad and then the lead comes in. So this is the first part of the funnel. Okay, so your ad's over here. I'm going to write ad really quickly, that way you understand. This is the ad. The leads come off the ads to your intake form. From your intake form onto the CRM. And this is your first stage of the pipeline. So the lead comes in. All right. Now, let's say you called that lead after the lead came in. So basically, your funnel in this particular situation is you have an ad, the lead comes in, you call that lead, right? And then from called, usually they either close, so maybe you book an inspection if you run a home service business, or appointment, whatever, here, or maybe you run an agency, so appointment, and then you have a win pile and a loss pile, okay? The win is for everyone that you closed, the loss is for people that you don't close and they say they're not interested. Let me make that very clear. People that are not interested. Not people that said, maybe not today, maybe in a couple weeks. People that said, no, I don't want your service. Please stop messaging me. That is when people go into the lost column. But besides that, we don't consider people lost, or at least I don't, until I know for sure that they're not interested. And the basic premise of that is buy, die, or unsubscribe. If people open up your emails and message you back, they're probably more likely to buy than someone who doesn't know who you are, and they might ask you for your service in the future. But if they unsubscribe to your email, they say stop to your messages, they don't pick up your phone calls, then it's time to put that person in a lost pile. So here's your pipeline. We have 5 steps, okay? You can build this out as big or as small as you want to. These are the basic 5 steps of the pipeline. Now this lead in right here, okay, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm looking at my notes real quick. So we built the pipeline. This is the first step. The next step is to understand this. This is going to be the killer right here. This right here, this lead in is your lead bank, okay? Now, a lead bank is where you're going to have all of the prospects that you've spoken to, filled out your ads, checked out your program. All those people are going to go in this column here. And I'm actually going to go get another blue marker because this one's about to die. So this is your lead bank, all right? Now, the first thing that I like to put in order when I'm building a pipeline and building my Go High Level sequences is to make sure that if I don't close any leads, they come back here. They got to come back here. So if you called them and you haven't spoken to them in 7 days, they got to come back here to the lead bank. If they don't show up to the appointment, they got to come back here to the lead bank, right? This way we have a bank of people to call on and message. Like I said, they either buy, die, or unsubscribe. If they're in the lead in, that means you haven't spoken to them. And so it's time to reach back out to them. So here are the different methods that you can use for the lead bank. I'm actually going to change up the color here for the bank. So here are the different methods that you can use when reaching out to people in your lead bank. So first of all, we have SMS. Then we have emails. We have phone calls. And then finally, we have retargeting ads, okay? Now, with the retargeting ads, you're probably going to have a more intricate system. So for example, if they get retargeted to a landing page, so they get seen the ad, they don't show up to the appointment, you send them to the retargeting ads. Now on the retargeting ads, they go to a different landing page where you downsell or upsell a service, whatever that is. Then they're going to have to come in probably at another stage somewhere here in the pipeline. So for example, if you're retargeting them to a downsell offer, say you offer roofs and the downsell offer was gutters, you might have a slot somewhere in here in your pipeline that says gutters, right? That way you know they clicked on the gutter page, whatever the case is, right? So I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do for each one of these steps, for what you should be optimizing for and what kind of messages you should be sending. So SMS, you should be sending strictly promotional and value. Emails, you should be sending promotion and value, but also just reminders that you exist. Phone calls should be strictly follow-up and promotions. And then retargeting ads are for a downsell or like a new product, so promotion as well. All right, here are 4 different ways you can retarget people. So let's do an example from a lead that comes in, right? So say a lead comes in, they go and then they book the inspection and they don't show up. Now you have an automation set up to where if they don't show up, so a no-show. If they no-show your appointment, you mark the appointment as no-show, they come back to the lead bank, right? Now you send out, say you send out 1 or 2 emails in the marketing tab on Go High Level, so you can actually send out email campaigns on there. You send out 2 emails a week, they get those 2 emails that you send out a week, right? Say you, for example, if you have a VA or an SDR or you do cold calls, what I like to do is take everyone in this lead end file, move them over to called, and then put them in a separate CRM where I call each one of them individually. And when you do that, now you've sent them a phone call as well. Say you take the same list and you upload them into a custom audience onto Facebook. Now they're being retargeted with your stuff. And then of course you can send SMSs with promotions. Hey, we have this new product. Hey, we have this new thing. Check it out. You know, if you're interested, let me know. That sort of stuff. So now you keep messaging them and calling them over and over again. All right. And so this is what ends up happening. So your lead in is going to get full of leads very quickly. Okay. So say you have 1,000 leads in here. It's going to get very full. Any lead that enters your CRM needs to go into this pipeline. So you have 1,000 leads in the lead in spot. Then you decide you're going to call all of them. So you call them all and they all move here. And then say 10% of them book. So you have 100 people book and you win 10% of that. So you win 10 and then you lose like 50. However, the other 40 are going to come back to the lead bank and go back into the system again. Your whole job here, and this is what I'm trying to help you understand, is that you need to every single day wake up, look at this lead in call them and push the leads to the other side of the CRM, and then figure out where you can automate that process. Okay. So like I said before, if an appointment no shows, instead of having to drag it yourself back to the top of the lead bank, you have an automation set up to mark it as no show. Whenever you book an inspection, you put them on the calendar and an automation goes out to move them right here to this stage of the pipeline. Whenever they submit an invoice or a payment, they get moved to this stage of the pipeline. So that's how we're setting this up, okay? But your job is to push everybody in the pipeline constantly every day and have people set up to push them. And again, you can have this set up to where, if you only reach out to people 3 to 5 times, and once you've called them 5 times, you mark them as dead. But I don't do that, and especially if I've talked to them previously, I'm definitely not going to do that. Okay, cold leads are different. This needs to be warm leads only. So if you're making cold calls, only people that have booked appointments with you or proven interest should be in this CRM. Everybody else should be in a separate CRM or on a call list on an Excel sheet, not inside of your CRM on GoHighlevel. I see that happen sometimes where I know a lot of agency owners who put their callers or their cold calls in the same list with the people that have booked appointments before, and it gets confusing. You want to keep everything organized. You always, always, always want to make sure that your automations lead back to the lead bank. Okay, and I'm just going to show you quickly what that looks like. Say, for example, you have you're called. The trigger is stale opportunity. And this is this is a formula right here. So that's your trigger is stale opportunity. And then say the filter on that is 7 days. In called stage, then we move to lead in over here. So if they're in this called pipeline for more than 7 days, they will automatically move back. Okay. That way, every single Monday, I wake up and I see I have 100 leads in my lead bank. I call all of them, push them to the end of the thing by the end of the week, push them to the end of the pipeline by the end of the week, and then I'm done. Like that's my outreach for the week. And then obviously I'll do like other cold calls too. But you need to have this system set up. If you have a sales guy, if you're running ads and you have a GoHighlevel CRM that you're using, you need to have a sales guy or somebody in the background who's pushing these people through this CRM every single day. You can have it set up, like I said before, where if you call them 3 to 5 times and they don't pick up, they get removed from the pipeline. But I don't do it that way. But if you want to, you can have call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4. And after that, they get pulled out of the CRM. So that's the basic setup of everything. Make sure you lead everything back to the lead bank. Make sure you message these people, send promotions, follow up with them, write notes on these people, assign tasks to them, assign tasks to your sales guy or to your team members to call these people back and reschedule appointments. People should never not be getting messaged by you. Okay? If you have 1,000 people in your CRM, they need to be getting sent emails. They need to be getting notified and aware that you're alive and that you're a business. Because here's the thing. It takes on average 12 touch points for somebody to buy your product or service. So how about you get those 12 steps in? And I know you might think, oh, well, I'm spamming people and I don't want to do that. Well, would you rather close deals? Some of these people, I've had people come back to me, send me emails and text messages and say, dude, thank you for following up with me. I'm ready to get started. This is how you save yourself, because originally, this is how this process looked originally. I need to be using this, man. It's foul doing that with the fingers. This is how your process looked originally. So you have 100 leads come in. You call 100 leads. 2 of them book inspections. And then you win 1 and you lose 1. That's what an average pipeline looks like. If you want to take it to the next level, you do everything in this video, right? Because a lot of times I've seen this happen with my clients. I've seen this happen with other agencies that I work with. They call these 100 leads and they're like, that's it. I don't have anything else to do. I got to go find more leads. And so I think companies are sitting there wasting money on advertising strategies and trying to get leads in, when you could just keep contacting the same people, and some of them are going to end up buying. They just needed more touch points. They needed more reason to accept you, to know that you're alive and that you're a serious, legitimate business, right? Like emails, I send YouTube videos on emails. I send promotional texts on SMS. I send follow-up messages to people. I call people over and over again, and you start to develop a relationship with some of these guys. You should know the people inside of your CRM, and that's what I'm trying to get to here. Is it's about customer relationship. That's what it's called, customer relationship manager. You need to establish a good relationship with your customers, and so that's why we do this. So just a few tips before we wrap up the video here. I also have a snapshot in the description with appointment booking, nurture sequences, and everything that you need in order to make a very basic snapshot. And that's in the description. It's completely free. It doesn't cost any money. So if you want that, go ahead and download that now. I have a couple of other things that I want to share with you. And one is you need to be organized. Okay. So this is tip number one, is to be organized in your CRM development. So one thing that's very important here, make sure that your calendar is connected, your Google Calendar, and you use your calendar and you write and block off times. That way, A, when people go to book on your calendar, it's already booked off the times that you're not available, so you look more busy, A, and B, you don't double book yourself. So that's one thing. But also with automations, you shouldn't have new workflow, random number draft in your automations. You need to delete automations that aren't there. Keep your pipeline organized. Go in every day at the end of the day, look at your pipeline and make sure that everything is in the right spot. And the reason we do this is because we need to be able to collect data. You cannot scale the business if you can't collect data on what you're doing. If you don't know how many customers are coming in the door or how many people are falling out of your funnel, how do you know where to fix your business? A lot of people, and I've caught myself doing this too, want to scale by reaching out to more people and running a new ad campaign. But how about we fix the intricate parts of the business first? How about we fix the simple stuff like data? If you have data and you know where people are coming in from Facebook, you know what they're doing on your landing page, if people are converting on your landing page, where people are in your sales process, then you can make a change. Because if your sales guy is calling 100 people a week and you're not booking any appointments, if you don't write this stuff down and communicate that, you'll never be able to know, right? And your sales guys will have access to this too. So if your sales guy isn't making 100 calls, you will see that he's not making 100 calls, and you can reach out to him or go find him and say, look, man, you're not making these calls. What's going on? You need to be able to track your data in order to scale. That's the most important thing here. You need to stay organized. Keep your CRM organized. Keep your customer list organized. Keep your tags organized. And that is the most important step. I got 2 more tips here. 3 more tips. So I already talked about this a little bit, but have 2 CRMs if you're doing cold outreach specifically. So if you are a cold caller, have 1 CRM for your prospects that are further along the timeline, and then have another CRM for your cold leads. These are people that you've never spoken to before. So make sure you have 2 separate ones for that. What I do is I move all my leads to cold. I export my leads from cold. I move them into a CRM that I use called Close CRM, not affiliated, but it's really good. Just look up close.com and you can get their CRM. It's like $60 a month, and you don't have to go through A2P to make calls. Get this, have your close for your cold leads and your CRM and Go High Level for your prospects. I take them, move them into cold at the beginning of the week, export that list of the leads from here, put them into my close CRM, call all of them, move them through the pipeline as I'm making the calls. And then after everything's all over, I delete them out of the close CRM and I just have them updated in my Go High Level. So that's what I do there. I hope that made sense because that might have been a little confusing. Update your CRM when people get stuck. So say you have 100 leads in the lead in, 100 leads in the called, and then 20 people in the inspections, and 1 person won. And you go look at your CRM and you notice like, okay, we definitely had some of these inspections already. They're still in this part of the pipeline, or people aren't moving out. Like, it's just weird. You shouldn't have 20 people. There's some people that have been in that pipeline for 2 weeks that you don't know how they got there or why they've been in there for so long. Maybe you already closed the sale and they're still stuck there. There's going to be times where the software glitches out, or maybe you didn't set something up properly and people are going to get stuck. So as time goes on, update this. You need to update this for yourself every single day. And or I'd say like once a week or twice a month. My last step here is to create an SOP. So have an SOP for your sales guys or for yourself of how you're going to move clients through this pipeline, what's important, what to do, how to move your prospects to close, any little bit of information that you can give to your team so that they understand what's going on in this sales pipeline. You have to have an SOP for that, and that stands for standard operating procedures. That's pretty much it for the video. If you need help with any Go High Level automations, or you just want someone to give you some support with any of that, let me know. There's a link in the description where you can sign up and we can talk for a little bit, and I can help you with all of this myself. There's also a free snapshot in the description as well. There's no strings attached to it. Just click the button below, get the free snapshot, download it, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one.